Hello everyone and welcome back to another Stellaris modding tutorial. In this episode I'm going to show you how to modify .asset files so that way you can make your own custom megastructures have unique looks. Right, let's get started. What is a .asset file? In a nutshell, it is the code blocks that combine different models, pictures, and elements together to create entities. Everything in-game that has any sort of 3D properties is an entity. An asset file can be used to combine different entities together. As you can see, the Dyson sphere in-game is made up of 5 different entities all combined together. An asset file will make different parts of them into other entities. That is how we get different stages of the Dyson sphere by combining different combinations of entities. Today I'm going to show you how to build those entities to make different stages of Megastructure. We won't be going over how to import custom models into Stellaris, as I'm still working on that, but a tutorial might come soon. We are in our mod folder, and what we will need to do is start a new folder. This will be GFX, and inside we will need to add a models, and then megastructures are put under ships. Now, probably your best bet is to go into VS Code, go to your GFX, under megastructures do new file, and we'll do mega modding entities dot asset. And that should be everything we need to get started. Again, this is about what you will need to just get started with the very basics. We'll go through bit by bit. Entity, like I said, everything in-game that has any sort of 3D space is an entity. And these entities in particular are called by just typing entity equals an open bracket. Name, this is the key that you will use to call this specific asset. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is this, the mammalian01, that is what we call a graphical culture. And each, like if you pick different ship styles in the game, it'll set your graphical culture. Everything defaults to mammalian01, so if you want the megastructure to look the same across all the different empires and you don't want to deal with extra coding, you can just set it to mammalian01, and even if you have the avian portraits or the reptilian portraits, it'll just default to mammalian01. For now, just do it, and I'll show you how to change that. Next is locator, and what this will do is it'll sort of make an invisible point in the game. Now, this is just a reference point. You can think of them, if you know any sort of 3D modeling, you can think of them as using empties, and you can change the location and rotations of them. But for now, we just want something at 0, 0 that is just its normal default position. And attach. This is going to be your best friend if you want to attach different entities together. So how it works is attach root, and that will be our locator, and then you can do any sort of entity that you want here. Now I'm going to just use the construction platform as an example so that way you can see how this will work. Now I'm going to show you how I want to do something else really quick and make a second entity using by just simply changing some things around. We can do up 10. I think this is the Y, so 10, attach. And if we do a third one, Megastructure 3. And we do down 10. And boom. Just like that, we have created 3 different entities in the game. I'm going to modify the megastructure so that way it's a 3-part megastructure, and we will see if this will work in game. Alright, I have a 3-stage basic megastructure here. And what we'll do is we'll come into entity, and it will be new megastructure, and you will leave off the graphical culture, which was mammalian01 underscore, and then you can do this, and just for all the entities, that'll be a 2. And this one will be 3. And there we go. That should be everything you need. That should be everything you need to get started. And let's see if this works in game. Oh, nice. We got the Swolfins, and they're Xenophile with Fanatic Authority. That has got to be the weirdest combination I've ever seen. Like, you will like us, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sorry. So if we do max resources, turn the volume down a bit. Let's see, instant builds up. Then if we do doesn't look like it quite worked, but yeah, I think it's doing okay actually. Oh, I bet I know what's happening. Aha, just like I thought. Math's not mathing. Boom. It is working. There was one more thing I wanted to show you, which is inside of the locator you can also change rotation, and that can be anything you want. I believe it's X, Y, Z as well, and that should allow you to change the way that the model is rotated. I'm not going to show that because, well, that's something you can experiment with, but I thought it was just something you should probably know. In addition, if you want to experiment with different entities, these will be found under this PC, your drive, program files, x86, Steam, Steam apps, Common, Stellaris, and then GFX, models, ships, and if you want to try and attach ship parts, you can find them in here. But if you want just to do megastructures, let's pick Think Tank. It should be one of these 2 weird looking files, and I think this is what it is. Yep. So if you wanted to attach the mammalian Think Tank entity 1, it would be this entity right here, or I wanted these entities, you can just experiment around with it. You can do the same thing with, let's do Dyson Sphere entities, and let's say you wanted to do the destroyed entity. There it is. You can just copy, Control C, and then Control V. But we don't need to do that. But that is how you can find other game entities and just mess around with them, see what you can come up with. And that is how you make custom entities using in-game assets. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful to you, and I want to offer you a challenge. Try and make something cool using in-game assets. Explore the asset files of other in-game objects and just see what you can come up with. Alright, happy modding!